Where to go? I mean, it's so hard right now. Not even hard, it's so different. We can't just go to a restaurant or a bar, and just do our usual stuff to meet people. Like, I guess, what would your suggestions be? And that was my idea for something that you could probably talk about or share. Um, for us ladies who it's like, what the fuck to do?
So, um, you know, I'm always looking for a boy. Like, always. Like, I'm gonna have my husband. I'm gonna be looking for a boy because boys are fun. They have money. Well, when they give money that they have. So, when I was asked this question, I was kind of prepared for it because it's been quarantine. And like I said, I'm selling everything but pussy for 2020. So it was kind of like, she's asking you what you've been doing every day since March 15th. Well, March 16th, I came home from Paris. Anyway, so now that OnlyFans has given us the peak of what it can, well, at least the highest peak to come or yet, I noticed that I had to do a lot more marketing, because with OnlyFans you are your own publicity, you're your own marketing, you're your own brand, so you have to like put it out there in order to reap the reward that you want. So I found myself going on a lot of websites other than the normal social media websites that I would go on, like not the Twitter, the Snapchat, Instagram, what's the other ones? Facebook, but other websites, actual websites, not social media sites, but websites that I would go on periodically, because I figured that's a great tool to funnel or get customers through. So I reinstated my Tinder. Now, honestly, I only have the Tinder account for when I go to different countries, because especially countries that I've never been to and I don't really have that many friends. Because for me, it's a great way to meet people, male or female, within a certain radius. And I mean, I feel like I have a good judge of character, so I try not to swipe yes to the killers. So it's worked so far. I've never met anybody on Tinder and got a coin or even did a things for a coin, because again, that particular site, I use it for those particular purposes. Actually, no, this one Nigerian guy gave me a coin in London, but I wasn't in London. He was in London and my friend was there, and I sent him to give her a coin for me. He's such a good boy. I need to call him. What's his name? I don't know. Anyway, but so ladies, number one, I feel like the first way to date during COVID quarantine and thereafter, especially since even though quarantine, like we're not locked down, there's still things that aren't happening during the later hours that would keep you, busy. So number one, like I said, I put my Tinder on. I've been meeting some guys on Tinder. I've been meeting guys. I went back on social. I went back on sugardaddy.com. I went back on Seeking Arrangements. But before I did all of that, I went through my Rolodex. Like, there are a lot of people that are in my Rolodex that I might have gotten their number, spoke to them one or two times, or spoke to them, didn't really give them an opportunity because I was maybe involved or doing something that I felt like was just like they didn't hit the priority list. So I went through my phone, and come to find out, the guy that I'm talking to the most is somebody not from any one of those websites, but from my Rolodex. I mean, my Rolodex is extensive though, because I love boys. But anyway, I say that to say, check your Rolodex first. Secondly, go on social media. Oh, and another thing, oh my God. People are always like, oh, I wish I had this person's number or I had this person's number. You have this person's Instagram. Some DM is better than a telephone number. Because with the like if you call somebody, if they don't know your number, they probably won't answer it. They probably forget for a few days. And then if you leave a message, they'll maybe check it. But with a DM, you're automatically going to at least scan the profile picture. So ladies, make sure your profile pictures are a hit. You maybe make it a little scandalous because, you know, it's definitely pleasing to the eyes. And, you know, men, they're so visual. So it's like, you might as well just go in for the gusto and at least have a little cleavage out, you know, or a little shape, a little silhouette, whatever you have, because everybody don't got everything like me. So with that being said, go in for the gusto. Like, I've been DMing everybody. As a matter of fact, there's a DM. Oh my God. Should I let people know? I DM Maya Bloomberg. But that's a whole different story for a whole different time. But I'm gonna post the DM that I did to Maya Bloomberg because he got a coin. And if we're going for the gusto, I'm going to the top. What's up? So ladies, don't be afraid to hit up people who you would ordinarily not hit up. There's also an app called House Party. Oh my God, a girlfriend of mine put me on. She met 2 soccer players. How you meet 2 soccer players on House Party? So you know I went to House Party because ain't nobody gonna be in nobody's house getting a coin and I ain't gonna be part of that party. So House Party, here I am. But in addition to that, there are other websites. I might not know them, but these that I just mentioned to you have worked for me. But my Rolodex is the real hit. So use your resources. Do what you gotta do. Get that coin and make sure you subscribe.
My husband's sending me up a wall, as in recovery houses in DR. And I'm like, you know what? Sis, you could probably tell me more or tell us more about recovery houses in DR. Because he's reading the reviews and he's losing his fucking mind. And he already bought the tickets for us to leave. So now he's like, oh God. I hope these recovery houses are not scammers and, you know, and it's clean and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah.
As you guys know, I love a surgery. If they have it, I've done it. Don't ask no questions. Stay in your place. Hello. However, just like you would take the time and energy to do research about your doctor and hopefully make a decision that is not just based upon price, but about value and quality. I would hope that you would take the same time to do research on a recovery home. What would be worse than having an amazing surgery and the 10 to 15 days thereafter, you are in the shittiest place, rats rolling all over you. The lady who does Santeria is doing her bell thing every morning. The same research that you do for a doctor, you do for your recovery house. You don't slouch. You don't leave it up to someone. You don't ask your girlfriend, remember that place you went to in 1984? No. Do your research. The same research you would do for your doctor. What does that mean? You must read reviews. You must, of course, ask friends. But don't ask people who have done surgery and went to the recovery house 48 years ago. No, you want it to be current. You want it to be up to date. A lot of people, when I started doing surgery, which is in 2005, there were no surgery groups. There was no place that you can go online and have a committee of people talking about, oh, I went here, I went there, this is my experience, this is not my experience. So you had to do your research, you had to call around. I know somebody in every single country. So it's easy for me to hit somebody up and go, hey girl, oh, you in the Gaza Strip? Oh, really? Bombs over Baghdad? Oh, okay, well, can you, no. I could easily call somebody to get what I need. Those of you who don't have access to those people, you have to do the work. So, number one, you must read reviews. And don't read the first 3 reviews. Read 50 reviews. Get a common consensus based on the average review. Don't just go, oh, the first 3, oh, it's lit. Because guess what? The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th could be extremely horrible. You don't want to be in pain and be in a horrible living situation that you have no control over. Because remember, you are not mobile. You can't move as you please. You're in pain. You're in discomfort. You're sad. You're asking yourself why you did this. When in 4 months later, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I did this. So you have to think about the recovery just as important as the surgery. And even more important than, well, definitely not as important as the results, because you won't be getting that coin. And ladies, those of you having surgery and not getting a coin after, you need a slap. Do your research.
Hey Simba, this is Veronica. I had a question, if maybe you could help me. I've been with my boyfriend for around 9 months, and I'm really enjoying my time with him. But all of a sudden, he's really into anal sex. Our sex was really good, but I don't think I'm ready to try anal. I've never done it before, and I heard it's really, really painful. Should I be concerned that now he's really into anal sex? Should I think that he's cheating on me? Or should I just go with the flow and just try it? And also, do you have any tricks or anything that I could do to make it more pleasurable? Because I've never tried it before and I heard it's really, really painful. Hope you get my message and reply back. Thank you, girl. Bye.
So the question is, when did I become the anal specialist? I actually appreciate this question because I get this question a lot because I run a women's group and the word anal comes up a lot. And because, I mean, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely not my least favorite. So first and foremost, if you've been with your boyfriend for 9 months, and he never mentioned anal sex till now, and he's thirsty for it, something tickled his fancy. It could have tickled his asshole, or he could have tickled someone else's asshole. I have no idea. You would know better than I would. If he is a providing man, he's doing what he needs to do for you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. I don't think you should focus on why he has this new interest. I guess you can ask for the sake of curiosity, but in general, I don't like prying into things that I would not do anything about, even if I found out what I didn't want to hear. Does that make any sense? Rewind that and listen to it again. But I say that to say, I think that all women should be open to anal sex, all pun intended. I think anal sex but I also think anal sex is not for everyone. Just like how all women don't give head, just like all women, everybody's just not the same. So some people have maybe more pain tolerance than others. Maybe some are a little bit more submissive, because that's definitely a very submissive act. And if you are dominant, you probably don't even want to be put into a situation like that. Or maybe if your asshole is just really small, like if you have a really tight asshole and you like big dicks, it's like, damn, what do I do now that I like anal, but I also love big dicks? So whatever. In your case in particular, sweetheart, I think that if I never had anal sex with my boyfriend and all of a sudden he wants it and he was doing all that he needed to do, I would give him anal sex. I would definitely do my research I'm all about research. I'm all about learning and finding out the ins and outs. I'm also very interested in learning from other people's mistakes. So when you do your research, you'll hear lots of stories, good ones and bad ones. Focus on the bad ones so that you don't do the same mistakes that those people have for them to be able to have bad stories. But also pay attention to the good ones, because those are tips. Those are crucial, or people that have been in real life situations that can say, oh my God, this is what happened and this is what happened after, and this is how I prevented this, or didn't do this, or did do that. So definitely do your research. Me personally, the first time I had anal sex was with this Chinese Jamaican guy named Chen. Chinese Jamaican. A Chinese Jamaican. So his personality was like this, but his penis was definitely like this. And it was awesome because I felt like in such control. I wasn't a hold-in. So I was really on some real life, like, yo, I'm the motherfucking man. Like, I can hold this down. This shit is popping. What's up? But I honestly never felt it because his penis was so small. But he was so cute. And he had that Range Rover. And you know, back then, not so many people had Range Rovers. So you already know I was feeling myself. But he was definitely cute, though. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, my God. I hope nobody knows Chen from Brooklyn. Chen Jamaican. Howdy. Anyway, so... he was the first one, and again, when you have a good beginner, you always want to maybe try something a little bigger and better. So after him, I had this guy in Miami. Oh my God, I would not say his name. If I said his name, so many of you, oh my God, so many of you guys know him. And his dick is big and juicy. Oh my God, it's so big. Anyway, I was thinking about him the other day. What was I thinking about? I think I was thinking about anal, and I was like, oh my God, can you imagine if I see him right now? Like, would I have anal sex with him? Because that was our thing. Like, he liked it, and that was our thing. After that, I didn't have anal sex for a long time. And then I think I did it once with another guy, and then you have a few customers. But the last time, oh my God, when was the last time? Well, the last time I fucked someone in the ass, but that's a whole different story. I don't remember. It's been a long time. However, I do remember that lubrication was very important. Foreplay. Foreplay to me is very important for anal. You want to be wet. You want to get that wet ass pussy. Wet ass pussy. Dang in the back of the throat. I'm a rapper, I know. But foreplay is so important. For me, foreplay is important for sex in general. For both parties to feel pleased, to have sex that is driven by climax. So you reach somewhere, then you bang it out, and then and so since anal is such a demanding and painful, I mean, it's painful depending on the size of the dick. So if you got a medium, you should be fucking all bitches in the ass. But if you have a mandingo, if you have a magnum worthy penis, you need to be making sure that bitch pussy's ate. You need to make sure. So if his dick is big, baby girl, make sure he's doing a large fellatio session on you. Like, he needs to be going in. He needs to suck on them titties. He needs to get you to the climax that you've never ever reached before. You might even need to take a Molly. Or half a Molly, because if you're new to it, you ain't true to it. Or maybe a few puffs of weed. Because you have to be mentally sedated to be able to, for the first time, go in. And when I say go in, I literally mean go in. Lubrication, maybe get a little high. Alcohol, maybe alcohol is your thing. Alcohol is not really my thing. I can go past that. But if I were to have anal sex tonight with a guy with a really big dick, oh my God, his dick is so big. I would definitely ask him to get me half a Molly. I would definitely make sure to go to Dwayne Reed and get some KY. I would definitely tell him he has to overly eat this pussy. Don't make me come though, because you know if I come, my shit goes, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm ready to go to bed. But really make sure that you are pleased, because once you get into the positioning to receive that anal penetration, that hopefully he's taking his time with, hopefully he's not a savage, classy, bougie, and ratchet. Because if he's a savage with it, you might kick back at him like a horse kicks the fucking jockey, if you know what I mean. Because that shit is painful. Oh my God. So, again, if his dick is big, do those things. If his dick is small, bitch, you can do 4 cartwheels on the fucking dick and the ass, because it's not going to be that crazy. So I hope that was enough information. Did I answer the question? You'll be fine, girl. As a matter of fact, you don't have to do anything if you tell him to bust you down with 50,000. You wouldn't give a fuck if it was anal or not. Thank you. Right? 50,000 won't make you say, hurry up and do this?